Hey there, Kipsters. Happy Monday. Welcome to another week of learning. So, before we get started with this YouTube video, I want to remind you of your goals this whole week. You're going to get 20 minutes of ST Math, 20 minutes of Lexia, and read 2 books on Raz Kids each and every day. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get started with our YouTube learning. Kipsters, last week we made our very first Venn diagram together. Our Venn diagram helped us see what was the same and what was different between Gilberto and Irene. Today we're going to make another Venn diagram. So if you have a pencil and a piece of paper nearby, I want you to go grab those. So pause the video, come back with your pencil and paper. I'll be waiting. Okay, Kipsters, let's get ready to draw our Venn diagram. So remember, when we make our Venn diagram, we draw 2 circles, and they don't have to be pretty because mine sure aren't. 2 circles that overlap in the middle. Today, we're going to still be looking at Gilberto and the Wind and Brave Irene. We're looking at the same stories, but today we're focused on the wind and how the wind acts in both of them. So I labeled my Venn diagrams. This side, this circle, is the wind in Gilberto. And this circle is the wind in Brave Irene. So if you want to go ahead and copy that down, you can pause the video to write wind in Gilberto and wind in Brave Irene. Go ahead and do that now. All right, so once you have your Venn diagram started, now we can work on filling it out. So remember, Kipsters, when we make a Venn diagram, the point is for us to compare and contrast. Compare means we find what's the same, and contrast means we find what's different. Where does my stuff that's the same go? Does it go in the middle or the sides? That's right, it goes right in the middle of my Venn diagram. This is where I'm going to put the things that are the same between the wind in Gilberto and the wind in Brave Irene. And where do I put the stuff that's different? That's right, that stuff's going to go on the sides. So on this side, I'm going to put the stuff that's just about the wind in Gilberto and the Wind, and on this side, I'm going to put the stuff that's just about the wind in Brave Irene. So, one thing that we've already been talking about a lot last week was how the wind acts as a character in both books. So I'm going to go ahead and write that right in the middle. I'm going to write acts like a character. Character. I'm using my sounds to help me spell that tricky word. I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the middle. But Kipsters, today I want to get a little more specific. How does the wind act like a character? How does it act like a person? Let's reread parts of each book. So, putting my Venn diagram down, picking up Brave Irene. I'm going to reread one of my favorite pages that I keep seeming to come back to in Brave Irene because it really shows how the wind is acting like a character. Go home, the wind squalled. Irene, go home. I will do no such thing, she snapped. No such thing, you wicked wind. Go home, the wind yodeled. Go home, it shrieked. Or else. For a short second, Irene wondered if she shouldn't heed the wind's warning. But no, the gown had to get to the Duchess. Okay, so I'm keeping this page in mind. The very first page of Gilberto and the Wind, it starts out by saying, I hear wind whispering at the door. You, he whispers, you. So how did the wind act like a person in each book? What did the wind do in each book that was kind of like what a person would do? What did he do? That's right, the wind talked. In Brave Irene, the wind said, go home, over and over. And in Gilberto and the wind was whispering, you. It's calling Gilberto to him, right? So I'm going to write talks right here in the middle because that's what the wind does in both books. That is the same. The wind talks. Nice job. Now I want to look at how the wind made other characters feel. I'm going to start with Brave Irene. We're going to think about how the wind made Irene feel. So I'm going to reread a different page. The wind wrestled her for the package, walloped it, twisted it, shook it, snatched at it, but Irene wouldn't yield. It's my mother's work, she screamed. Then, oh whoa, the box was wrenched from her mittened grasp and sent bumbling along in the snow. Irene went after it. So how did the wind make Irene feel on this page? Call out a good feeling word. Yeah, exactly. It made her feel angry and frustrated. Did the wind also ever make Gilberto feel angry or frustrated? Yeah, like think about when it wouldn't fly his kite for him and he said, "Wind, I don't like you today." So I'm going to write that in the middle since Wind did that in both books. Makes people angry. People angry. Sounding it out so that I spell it the best that I can. Nice job, hipsters. All right. So now our middle is looking pretty good. We've got a lot of comparisons, a lot of things that are the same in both books. I need to start filling out my sides. So what's something that the wind did in Gilberto and the Wind that was different than what it did in Brave Irene? Think back to Gilberto and the Wind. What was something the wind did that didn't happen in Brave Irene? I know that one thing that it did, it played with bubbles. That didn't happen anywhere in Brave Irene. That was just something that the wind does in Gilberto and the Wind. So I'm writing plays with bubbles. Writing that down, copy it down, pause the video if you need to copy it down. And now I'm going to go to you guys. What was another thing that the wind did in Gilberto and the Wind that it did not do in Brave Irene? I said plays with bubbles. What's something else it did? Ooh, I heard someone say it spins the pinwheel. Remember that? It spins in wheel. That didn't happen in Brave Irene. All right, and I'll take one more good idea for something the wind does in Gilberto and the Wind that it does not do in Brave Irene. Ooh, I heard someone say that it makes Gilberto laugh. Right? We talked about that last week, about how the wind can make Gilberto happy, but it didn't ever make Irene happy. Nice job. So the wind makes Gilberto laugh. That did not happen in Brave Irene, so it's going on my Gilberto side. Nice job. There's plenty of other things that we could add to in this Venn diagram. If you've got other ideas, feel free to write them down yourself. I'm going to move on to this side. This is what the wind did in Brave Irene that's different from what it did in Gilberto and the Wind. So what's one thing that the wind did in Brave Irene that it did not do in Gilberto and the Wind? Call it out. Nice. I heard someone say it blows the dress away. Remember that? That was one of the reasons why Irene got so angry and frustrated. It's because the wind took her dress that she was bringing to the Duchess and blew it away. Blows dress away. Away is one of our sight words, so I know I got that one. All right, and I'll take another one for this side. What's one more thing that the wind did in Brave Irene that it did not do in Gilberto and the Wind? Think about it. Think about when it was being mean to Irene and Irene was stuck in the snow. What did it do to her? Yeah, I heard another good one. It makes her fall over, right? It's pretty mean to her in Brave Irene. The wind is pretty mean. It makes her fall over. Really nice job, Kipsters. Okay, so now looking at my beautiful Venn diagram, I've got things that are the same. In both books, the wind acts like a character, it talks, and it makes people angry. In Gilberto, the wind plays with bubbles, it spins the pinwheel, and it makes Gilberto laugh. And in Brave Irene, the wind blows the dress away, and it makes her fall over. So now I've got my Venn diagram so that in one place I can just look at this and know right away what's the same and what's different about the wind in Gilberto and the Wind and Brave Irene. Thank you so much, Kipsters. Wow, really great work helping me make another Venn diagram. All right, now it's your turn. I want you to make your own Venn diagram comparing two people. These could be any two people. They could be two teachers. Maybe you want to compare me and Miss Diaz. Maybe you want to compare Mrs. Cosi and Mr. Mitchell. Or maybe you want to compare two of your friends. I don't care. Pick any two people, and I want you to make a Venn diagram and write in the middle things that are the same about those two people, and on the sides, write things that are different about each of them. Make that Venn diagram, snap a picture of it, and text it to your teacher. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. I'm so excited to start another week of learning with you guys. I love you, and I miss you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.